I'm currently watching Mindhunter. I'll do a review of Mindhunter when I finish Mindhunter, but for now we're just going to do a review of a movie that I love rewatching this time of year. So guys, I am John Hayeck, and welcome to my movie thoughts. The Guest. So The Guest was directed by Adam Wingard, who's directed a ton of really great horror stuff. This is probably my favorite of his. He also did Blair Witch, got some mixed reactions, but I really liked. He also did Your Next, which I really liked as well. He's doing Kong versus Godzilla, which is coming up. Still haven't seen his Death Note movie, but I'll get to that eventually. Either way, I think this is his most critically well-received movie, and again, my personal favorite of his. So The Guest focuses in on a guy named, or played by Dan Stevens. He's this war vet who kind of comes back and says to this family, hey, I knew your son, we were both in battle together, your son died, and I just wanted to come back and kind of tell you he was a great man and everything. The family then invites him in as a guest to their home, and then some weird stuff starts happening. And the thing that makes you really get into this experience is just the cold, robotic nature of Dan Stevens' character, because you can tell something's off with the guy, but as the movie keeps going, you realize, yeah, something's really off with the guy, and like, what's going to happen? The suspense keeps building, because the more you realize that Dan Stevens' character is off, the more you realize, yeah, something bad is probably going to happen by the end of this movie. I don't know what it's going to be, but something really climactic is going to happen, and something climactic does happen. Adam Wingard does a great job of building the tension as the movie goes on. He also shows you kind of the eyes of the normal people in the movie, mainly the sister and brother of this family. The sister, I believe, is around 20, and the brother, I believe, is around 13, 14. And the two of them being the kids, they're like, yeah, something's weird happening here, and the parents like, oh, no, don't believe it. The parents kind of have this mindset of like, oh, we lost our son, we're going to trust whatever his good friend says, but then the kids are like, no, like, he seems kind of weird. So I love seeing the family dynamic work really well. I love seeing this intruder kind of coming into their house and stirring things up. It really shows what families go through when kind of unexpected change happens. And I think that was a really great metaphor in the movie, is that the character played by Dan Stevens isn't just this kind of guy who serves as the plot, makes it an interesting kind of suspenseful movie. It's also somebody who just represents like change in a family. And I really like seeing that kind of this death in the family is being handled in kind of a physical way. The arrival of Dan Stevens' character really presents that and really shows what these characters have gone through, and I liked seeing that as well. The movie has some depth to it because of that emotional loss. The movie has a lot of charm to it because of all these characters being very compelling, some for the creepy, some for the likable. I like seeing that there was a great kind of build-up to a finale that I didn't even expect, because again, you know something creepy is happening, you know something suspenseful is happening, but you don't know exactly what it is or how it's going to wind up happening, and it kind of twisted me around a little bit the first time I watched it. I'm like, that's not quite what I was expecting, but I really like they went that direction. I thought the movie was well shot. It had some great colors in it. I love seeing kind of the way that the neon type of imagery plays in with kind of this kind of gritty, like desert-ish town. Really, really great color scheme presented by Adam Wingard, director of photography and cinematographer in this movie. Three of them did a great job, or maybe it's two of them, director, photographer, and cinematographer, might have been the same person. Either way, the color palette was great. Loved, loved it, loved it. I think this is the best shot Adam Wingard movie that I've seen, so really give it a shot. If not for the visuals, also for the great suspense, for the great characters, for the great depth. I love The Guest, guys. I don't know if it's still on Netflix. It's kind of one of those movies that comes and goes, but when it is, please give it a shot. I love it. If not, rent it on iTunes, rent it on Amazon. It's worth your $4 in HD. So guys, those are my thoughts on The Guest. Absolutely one of my favorite genre movies, or even movies probably of the past 5 years. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on this movie and what your favorite Adam Wingard film is in the comment section down below. You guys can also go over to mymoviethoughts.com for tons more posts from me. You guys can go over to Twitter and follow me at John M. Hayeck, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for tons more posts from me as well. Links to all three of those are in the description down below. You guys can also comment on this video, share it around with some friends, like it. I am John Hayeck. As always, thank you guys so much for watching.